Hey guys, the hype on Kai Havertz is going exponentially to the top. Many are actually now going off the bandwagon of Sancho off the back of this Kai Havertz thing. And then there's the conundrum of Ousmane Dembele. Stay tuned for the whole video. If you've enjoyed the video at the end of it, hit the like button, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. See ya. Hi guys, welcome back to the other side of the coin. Some interesting topics to talk about over the last 24 hours. I'll start off with Bundesliga and Kai Havertz because that's a topic that's absolutely buzzing at the moment. Once again, Kai Havertz with a very good performance against Borussia Mönchengladbach. He scored another brace just like in his previous match, so he's just in the form of his life, and prior to the lockdown he was cleaning up as well, so he's really in a sweet form at the moment. And what's very interesting to see in these last two matches, but he's done it in previous matches as well, is that his capacity to play as a striker, as a false nine, some would say, as he drops deep, can play in midfield area, being in that striker role as well. So overall he's really showing his versatility. With his natural position is really the center attacking position in midfield. He can play in the right wing where he can sort of drift inside and cut in with his left. But now he's showing massive versatility by playing in the striker role and, as I said, in the false nine position, which makes him a very invaluable proposition for many clubs out there. And we've been linked with him in recent times as well. So one player that definitely it makes sense in terms of purchasing right now, especially for Chelsea. He just fills in so many different positions. He could fill in for Tammy up front. He's a fine inclusion in terms of central attacking midfield position. He can also fill in wings as well. Now, transitioning into the next part of this topic is Sancho and the comparison between Kai Havertz and Sancho, which is strange to see in football Twitter at the moment, where literally 2 months ago, not many people were talking about Kai Havertz. There were quite a few fans that knew about him, have followed him, so I respect to those fans that have followed him for a while. And of course, his talent, didn't just materialize 2 months ago. His talent was always there, but I just find it very interesting that in football Twitter and social media, that most of the fans, majority of the fans, were really gunning for Sancho, but now it seems like everything is towards Kai Havertz. The hype is towards Kai Havertz, and a lot of people are changing their tune from Sancho to Kai Havertz, which I honestly find this as reactionary as it gets right now. We need to understand that Sancho all of a sudden hasn't gone behind Kai Havertz. Sancho, for me, is probably one of the biggest talents in world football at the moment. Neymar has said some really fine words about Sancho as well. And many other players out there, many managers who've commented on Sancho, deeming him as the next big thing after your, Messi's and Ronaldo's and Neymar's, which is a massive statement to say for someone like Sancho who's so young. So, he's done it time in, time out for Dortmund. In this season, goals and assists are just racking up. The amount of times he's been instrumental for Dortmund, it's just simply mind-blowing at this age, and so many clubs are after him. So for me, it's not a disrespect towards Kai Havertz, who is fantastic and his versatility is phenomenal, but I think Sancho, if we're talking about an out-and-out world-class talent right now, just behind the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Sancho has to be in that frame, whereas Kai Havertz, I don't think he's in that level as yet. And Sancho's impact, someone like Sancho for Chelsea, if we were to purchase him, we would immediately become so lethal. I don't know about the contender, if we would become contenders to win the Premier League, but we would 100% go very close to bridging the gap between Liverpool and Man City. Because he will just change the dynamic of our team. I feel, he'll just bring in so many assists, and goals would just be so lethal. Someone like Kai Havertz, yes, he would make us very good. He would be an upgrade. I don't think he'll have the same impact as Sancho, and this is just my personal view. Let me know what your thoughts are around that. Now, transitioning into the next part of this video is, off the back of all this hype with Kai Havertz in the last 24 hours and in the last couple of weeks since Bundesliga started, I've started to see constant, bashing of our youth players. We tend to praise Kai Havertz, but at the same time, we find this need to downplay our players in the likes of Tammy and Mount. And I just want to say why. Why is the need to downplay them? Why can't we praise Kai Havertz and at the same time just leave Tammy and Mount where they are? Because at the end of the day, the message that I want to give to all the people that are going to watch this video is that Mount and Tammy are not going anywhere. Let me make that clear to you guys. We need to understand that Frank is building a team for the long haul. I feel like our club is changing its attitude, its philosophy in regards to, trying to make a longer term plan and have far more longevity down the track. And Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount, I feel, are Frank's backbone to this project that he's trying to build. Tammy is going to be the #1 striker. Whether we like it or not, he will definitely get the chance to be the #1 striker. And Mason Mount is someone Frank completely trusts as a player who I feel Frank thinks that understands his style of play better than anyone else. And that's why Frank trusts him. So I don't think any of these two are going anywhere. Yes, we need to give them competition, and someone like Kai Havertz definitely gives that. But we can't simply, praise Kai Havertz, put down Mason Mount and Tammy Abraham like they need to be shafted away, because it's not happening. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen. Even if we get someone like Kai Havertz, Tammy is still going to be our striker. Mason Mount's still going to get game time as well, and he's probably going to push Kai Havertz as well to his limits, and together they can coexist and make themselves even better. So I just want to say to all the fans out there, there's no need to downplay our own players. These players are busting their backside to do well week in, week out. And this season, in a transfer ban season, they've put on a phenomenal performance. Yes, they've been up and down, but they're going to be up and down. They're young, they're going to be up and down. But we are fourth, did not buy anyone new, did not replace Hazard, and these guys have carried us. So we need to respect that. And I think we need to appreciate the fact that they're going to be sticking around. Last topic that I want to touch on to wrap this video up today is there's been a news about Ousmane Dembele being in a discounted price from Barcelona. Barcelona want to part ways with this player, and they're putting out a price for £37 million. Look, I don't know how concrete this news is. It seems a bit too fake to me, to be honest. Someone that they bought for such a high amount, in excess of 100+ million, and now they want to sell him for 37 million, make a massive loss on him. I understand why they want to probably get rid of this player due to his injury concerns and whatnot, but for that particular price tag, I'm not really sure if that's true. However, let's pretend for a second that it is true. A lot of people are now debating whether we want this player for this amount of money. For me, yes, undoubtedly, he's a talented, super talented player, can play with his right foot, can play with his left foot, immense quality, pace, has all the quality to score goals and whatnot. But for me, it's just not the right time to invest even 37 million in this financially stressful times through the pandemic. I feel like Chelsea is not in a position to gamble in this type of player right now. We need to make sure every penny that we spend is, going towards a good cause. Just the like of Ziyech deal. Ziyech was about 37 million, 40 million. That for me is a smart purchase. We knew the quality of the player. The player is not injury prone, and we know what type of quality we're going to get out of him. Dembele for me is, we've already got Ruben Loftus-Cheek that we're going to have to monitor, and we're going to have to be so careful with him. We don't need another injury prone player who's, if you look at his history of injuries, all hamstring injuries, in the past couple of seasons, coming to a league like the Premier League, which is going to be so tough, where is the guarantee that he's going to stay fit? Do we need another player right now to basically monitor? And if it doesn't work out, and it doesn't work out for Ruben Loftus-Cheek as well, that's two players in the medical bed where I feel this type of money, the 37 million, which is like gold dust at the moment, should go towards a left back and centre back, and then we add a bit more to get a really quality couple of players in those positions. So, you know, I've seen some, you know, posts out there in social media that it's a no-brainer. This is the kind of you know, player that we should go for. 37 million is only a small amount of money. It's the perfect opportunity to take him now, and if it works out, then it works out fantastically for us. And I get that, but for me, it's a massive if right now. We are in a situation in Chelsea where we need to build a foundation. I don't feel it's the right time when we're building foundation. You know, it's the right time to make a gamble as such. So that's pretty much my thoughts at the moment for all of these topics. Let me know what you think about all the points that I've talked about, all the different topics I've talked about. Comment on what you think you know, your opinion is. Let's have a healthy discussion. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. See you. On the other side of the coin.